Alrighty, commissioners, we are live. Thank you for your patience.
Now 7:03, I hereby call the May 10th meeting of the Frostburg Planning Commission to order. We'll start our meeting with a roll call, members present.
Eric Stevens.
Karen.
Ormand, Beth, Chairman.
Justin Snyder.
We have a quorum. As we begin, I would ask that anyone presenting business before the commission or individuals who want to comment on business before the commission, come forward to the podium, state your name and your address. And for the record, each meeting is recorded, so please speak loudly and clearly. Okay, the first item on our agenda is the review of the January minutes, and you all have a copy of them there.
Have you opened to?
I
would make a motion that we accept them as written.
If you want to hear, so you can't. Fine.
need a second.
Matches up with what I have in mind.
Yeah.
I will second.
We move and second to approve the January 2023 minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The minutes passed. Citizens from the floor, are you here as a citizen, or are you here present?
I think the
Here
second one, yeah.
present. Okay. All right. So I guess we're ready then to dial in,
We're ready, just a little bit.
Hi, Matt, this is Bethany.
Hi, how are you?
I'm here at the table with the planning commissioners, and we're ready to review this lot split. So take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay, sure. My apologies for not being there in person. I'm on the road here this week, and so I'm calling in. I'm driving here, so I'm not looking at the plan, but I'm pretty familiar with it. But essentially, the properties and the property at 47 Ormand Street, the primary residence there, which faces Ormand Street, also has a smaller rental property which faces Park, and they've now decided to sell that property. The parcel is actually, or the current deed of record is actually in two parcels, so I suppose they could have done a lot line adjustment or a lot split, but given the situation there, I thought it was probably better to do a formal subdivision. One of the things you'll notice about the plat there, the utilities for the smaller house actually extend from Ormond Street through the primary house up into the back. So as part of this, they're going to be separated.
We lost you, Matt.
Individual water and sewer taps there.
Matt, we lost you partway through, just about, you started to say they were gonna separate, and then everything went blank for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm in an area with bad cell service. Let me over here. So, yeah, essentially the small property in the back is going to be separated from the primary residence in the front, which faces Ormond Street. The water and sewer service connections, which now extend, are essentially an extension of the service to 47 Ormond, go through that house up into the back. They're going to install new water and sewer service lines and have a new individual water and sewer tap out on Ormond Street, which is shown on the plat there. Did you hear that?
Yes, yes.
So the utilities will come off of Park Street or?
No, they'll extend, they're shown on the plan there, they'll extend down to, Ormond Street, and they'll have a new connection out in the street.
Okay,
We had originally, talked about making a tap kind of behind the sidewalk there, but, I think after further coordination with the street department and so forth, that the best option is just to make a new tap, and then it'll be completely and totally, separated.
and that's agreeable to the Rafferties?
Yes.
We own it.
So if something were to go wrong,
It just has the blue is perpetual utilities. So if the
Yes.
Rafferties were to ever sell their house, there was two totally separate owners, we would still have a utility easement.
I just have my neighbor who had to have her sewer dug out, but they're the ones that bear the brunt of, anyway, but they're putting in new line.
Is that at the Rafferty's expense at this point? The new line?
Yes.
Okay. Matt, the only thing I see on here, and, is, setbacks and everything.
Yeah, so essentially, it's going to be a continuation of a non-conforming use there, not that the residential use is non-conforming, but adherence to the setbacks and so forth. Obviously, it does not comport to the, setbacks, if you were going to build a new house or create a new lot. But, the structures are there. It is what it is at this point. Obviously, you can't move the house or the street.
Right.
There are some features in the backyard that are very important to the Rafferties that they want to keep with primary house. There's a lot of landscaping and some, ornamental trees, lots of other things back there. So, the configuration there is acceptable to the person buying the house. And,
So,
there's really no way to get around that at this point.
so currently the Park Street house is a rental property.
Yes.
Do we know whether it's gonna continue as that or become
I do not know the answer to that.
okay. I see they have a sign, for sale sign on that property right now. Okay.
I presume that the people buying it are gonna live there, but I don't really know. I don't know that.
Anybody else? Any other questions on this one?
I don't see any strong reason for denying the subdivision, given that it's kind of grandfathered in.
Chair will entertain a motion for approval of this lot division.
I will make a motion that we approve subdivision of lot 47 into two parcels, lot 1 and lot 2.
I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, Matt. Your motion
Yeah, thank
carries.
you all very, very much. Thank you for accommodating me on out here. Appreciate it. And have a good meeting.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Matt. We'll talk later. Thank you. Thanks for being flexible.
Okay. You're next, sir.
I'm all good.
Yes.
Is it all right if I come sit up there? You want me to come over here?
If you want to sit here, well, will the mics pick them up there?
There's a microphone on the podium, but I just wasn't sure.
I'm happy to do there or sit, say what we do.
I'm happy to have you here because
All right.
then we can.
There's point at things, right?
We can point.
Good.
So if we had a full house, then I get it.
That's
It's just us.
Probably better pointers here than there.
Yeah.
Don't they have a sculpture?
Yeah, I brought some, these bowls, so I'll be easy to go with that.
So can you have your name and address for the record, please?
Absolutely. My name is Brandon Rao with Bowler. Business address is 901 Delaney Valley Road, Suite 801 in Towson, Maryland.
ROWELF.
ROWE. So some say row, I answer row or row.
Oh,
All
You said it, it sounded like.
It's how it rolls off the tongue, right?
Okay.
So appreciate you guys meeting, allowing me to come talk with you. Here representing O'Reilly Auto Parts. Hopefully you don't get a jingle in your head tonight. But, presenting the preliminary site development plan that is before you. The subject property, this area will help orient everybody, I'm sure you're all familiar, is an out parcel in the Frostburg shopping center here, outlined in red on the plan I'm showing you. Orient everybody, north is up, I'm sure everybody's familiar with this. This is 36. The existing shopping center and parking lot here is the Church Bank. This is the building that just for Dunkin's. Dunkin's going behind here, so it's right now raised, I think, down to the slab, but will be Dunkin'. The parking lot here remain untouched. Access to this subject property is provided by way of the existing accesses to the shopping center, whether it be the school movement access over here, or the one, I guess, the restructuring right now next to the sheets. So someday they'll be able to use that hopefully soon.
It was pretty rough looking.
Yeah, right now it's blocked off. But the lot is identified as lot 1 on the recorded plat for this area. That plat was recorded in 2005. The property is about 8/10 of an acre in size and is zone C2, so highway commercial, which does permit retail store by right. O'Reilly is proposing a 7,275 square foot building. The site plan, I can switch to it. Main building entrance will be here. There are 29 parking spaces proposed along the front and side of the building, as well as across the way, provided by the parking area. Dumpster enclosure will be back here in the rear, just to orient everybody what we're looking at here. Just the main parking field out here, the future Dunkin' Donuts is back here. Down this way.
So they have a separate entrance.
Correct. So right now, the access actually kind of comes right here. We will be reconstructing and aligning it over here within the limits of the access easement that was actually created back in 2005 when this lot was created. So that existing path or pavement that's there today will be removed and relocated a little bit closer to the Church Bank.
So they own the property currently.
They do not own it. I believe the intention is to purchase it, but they currently have it under contract. Traffic closure is located here to the rear back corner of the property. It will be a solid fence, a big fence enclosure with gates on the front. Service doors to allow for trash to be taken out of the building if it's back in this location. Additionally, the loading spaces in that area, tractor trailers are able to pull in this way and back in for access and loading purposes. From a stormwater standpoint, the site, as you may be aware, is grass right now, so it would be considered new development and the East stormwater regulations. From that standpoint, we will be providing ESD or environmental site design to the maximum extent practicable. The water quality will be proposed to be provided by way of a sand filter. located in this island. There's little triangular hatches where some of the plan we're at yet. Kind of out in front of, between the new drive aisle and the parking lot. That sand filter will also provide quantity management and to make sure that no greater flows in the post-development condition leave the site than pre-development. So they're controlling the 10 and 100-year storms from proposed improvements. From a landscaping standpoint, the landscaping plan, we're proposing 5 honey locust trees to meet the landscape requirements for the proposed parking lot. Utilities will be provided off the internal mains, both sewer and water, internal to the shopping center. And there's some storm drainage, existing culvert, and open swale that run through it. And right now, from the grass pad, it goes underground. As you get to that access goes up the sheets, it's currently closed. That will be enclosed into a culvert for conveyance purposes.
It goes down the road.
Oh, no, it kind of comes this way and it continues this way. It crosses that road. I think that highlights everything. I'm here to answer any questions you may have about this.
Pretty comprehensive set of documents that you prepared for us here. Like that big plan, 29 parking spaces.
That's the code requirement, believe it or not.
Okay.
So right at code.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's 1 for 250 parking spaces, which 29 spaces.
We're here for preliminary approval, and we'll be back, I guess, at some other time to show us what the inside of the building looks like and all those sorts of things.
Not that affects us.
Yeah, I understand.
So you know how to walk around, find your car. We have some stormwater concepts for the conservation district as well, just for reference. So that's still under review. Stormwater concept, stormwater management concept.
To be reviewed.
Correct. Yep. Yes, I report these out for them as well.
How many do it?
Jeff, you still present?
I'm studying, I know.
Okay.
Obviously, we'll work out the storm. The only, that parking lot, everything slopes this way. My thought is, some of that water right now is running off parking lot heading into this ditch system.
From the existing.
From the existing, and I know we're dealing with existing things, so I mean, just from that point, it lays wet. I mean, it will, in a heavy storm, I've seen that ditch full. Just something to think about on that. I don't want your building getting inundated. The entrance, just something to look at and think about as you look at your plans.
Yeah.
Not saying it has to be this, I mean, this is a comprehensive plan. It's just something that you see this where the existing entrance was, it's pretty low.
Yeah,
And everything comes off, and you know, there was no storm water.
Yeah.
I mean, there is, everything rolls down to where the old pond. I think the old pond is still there.
The regional
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, this is a very old parking lot. And everything off that lot's gonna flow down to this point. It's just something I'm gonna throw out, so think about.
Fair point, yeah.
When you go into the bank, you have to go through the water.
Yeah, and that's just it. So, I mean, it's, you know, with this being closed off, you know, I don't want you to get inundated with additional water. I mean,
Yeah.
the design for what you have for this is extremely adequate. It's just, that's the
Chief, well, we'll certainly look at that as a good final to your point.
just, that's about my only thought.
Yeah, you'd see some standing, of course, standing water deposits, when I was out there.
Been there any day last week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, I went to Truist the day it rained, whatever day,
Yeah.
Tuesday, I was at the Truist in the morning when it was pouring down rain, so yes, you go through the water.
As a landscape designer, if these are, this is a safe bet, but I like to see more diversity in species.
Okay.
They would do well there.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna throw that, that's a
Typically,
very,
if
it's a
you-
very
some-
windy hill, so when you're thinking about what you want to put up there, it's probably one of the, Frostburg is windy, but it's probably the windiest spot. in the whole
It's up there.
If something were to take hold, you know, some kind of pest or disease, and losing them all,
Mhm.
diversity is kind of nice to have. That wouldn't hold up approval of this preliminary site plan.
Sure. Any other questions? Chair, we entertain a motion for approval of this preliminary site plan work.
I'll make an approval to accept the preliminary site plan for the Rileys, for parcel one, lot one.
Do we have a second?
I second.
We moved and seconded, and we give preliminary approval on this site plan for lot one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Thank you all very much, appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much.
And as soon as I opened it, I was singing the jingle in my head.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's right.
And you can't say without singing.
No, it's really
I've
hard.
never heard it, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, you have. You don't want someone to sing right now.
You gotta sing it 3 times.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe I have. I don't buy that.
Very
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the jingle.
I'll do that.
so-
I'll off the record.
Stephanie, as we were waiting for you to bring up your, secondary computer, we had a question. When we get approval on a project, how long do they have to start work? 18 months, 2 years, or something like that?
I would need to check the subdivision and land development regulations, but I believe it's 2 years. I
That's
know,
what I thought.
yeah, I know that's what the Historic District Commission abides by, so, I would need to double check on that, but I believe it is 2 years.
Didn't need to digress from your agenda.
That's all right.
Okay, now you're gonna give us the calendar year 2022 annual report.
Yes. So this is the annual report that we submit to the Maryland Department of Planning every year. And once you issue your approval of it, then I take it to the mayor and council, and they vote to allow me to officially submit it to the Maryland Department of Planning. So what we report on is the number of new residential permits that we issue in the calendar year within the priority funding area as dictated by the state. And just in case some of you didn't know, the entire corporate limits of the city of Frostburg is the priority funding area. So last year, calendar year 2022, we issued 7 new residential permits. And there's,
Came up from what, 2 or 3 last year?
I don't
think you're right.
there were some, but there weren't as many as last year. Last year was kind of a record year for new builds in the city, within the last decade at least. And then, everything else the report says, we didn't have any changes to our boundaries, anything like that, no rezonings. And we are requesting technical assistance because we're about to enter comprehensive planning. So, that rewrite will be coming soon. It's gotten delayed due to the pandemic and staffing, challenges in the community development department, but we are about to start pushing ahead with it, regardless of anything else. So I just need a motion and a second on this report, if you all find it.
I move that we approve the report.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded, we approve the annual calendar, annual report as presented. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Oh,
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Anything else for us tonight?
All I have else on the agenda is a save the date for, the Maryland Planning Commissioners Association is holding a training in Frostburg, yay. And I have reached out. Why?
Because you need it, you need training.
Well, and it's nice that they're coming this far west. They usually
you have to go there.
say Frederick and East.
Oh,
So
where's it gonna be, is it?
it's city place.
City place, okay.
Yeah, so we can kind of spread out, and I believe there'll be a lunch and things like that. So, you all had indicated that you'd like a train, or, you know, maybe a refresher or something having to do with the comprehensive planning project or process. So, they will be preparing kind of a nice robust presentation on that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I think like Hagerstown, I think they come to Hagerstown, that's about as far as.
Yeah. Yeah, their annual conference last year was in Frederick, so that was nice.
Eric, I hope you can manage to get to that session.
I'm gonna try.
This comprehensive plan is a real,
Yes.
yeah,
It's fun, right? It's fun.
sure, it's fun.
We're all gonna have a really good time.
Last, when we last developed it, I think we were meeting twice a month, if not more.
Yeah, I was looking through some of the minutes from the last 10-year cycle and was like,
I think I caught just the end of it, because I've been here now 11 years. And so I think I caught just the tail end of the last.
now you'll be on the front end of this one.
It's shuffle parts of people.
So that training will be on July 19th from 1 to 3 p.m. And so please mark your calendars, please plan to attend. It's all of that.
What day of the week is that? Thursday?
That is,
Wednesday.
yeah, I was gonna say it's a Wednesday or Thursday.
All right, anybody have any other questions? Going forward? All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
All right. We're adjourned.
All right, second.
Eric, you went through your first one very easily.
I was trying to let you make motions down there, so.